The podcast you are listening to of Holmberg's Morning Sickness is brought to you by my friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Trust me on this one. You've had barbecue before, but you haven't had it this good. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale, ericsfamilybbq.com.
When was the last time you had really good Texas-style barbecue? Eric's Family Barbecue, the way it's supposed to taste. Always delicious, never rushed, and prepared to perfection. Eric's Family Barbecue uses only 100% fresh meat, slowly smoked over mesquite wood until it's juicy and delicious. We all know their brisket is the best, but have you tried their pulled pork, pork ribs, or rib tips? Amazing, and their sides are all house-made. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Make the trip. You won't be sorry. Go to ericsfamilybbq.com for more information.
Still streaming. Holmberg's Morning Sickness. Online at 98kupd.com.
Good morning, everybody. Hello there. Welcome to Friday. It's 5:45. This is the Morning Sickness. Fighting! Out of this corner is Brady. Fighting! Out of that corner is Brett. Not fighting at all. Toledo. My name's John. How are you? Off we go. And I got to tell you, man, last night, well, we all did it. You phoned the neighbors. You woke the kids. You knew the Liberty versus Dream battle was something America was going to be watching. I had $100 on a bet, FanDuel, that it would be tied at the end of the first quarter. I, like most Americans, forgot about it. I even had the money on it. And then I went to that little section on my FanDuel page that says My Bets, Active, Settled, and it wasn't there in the active. And I'm like, what the? Like, has it been settled already? It's like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. What time did this game start? It's settled. It was already almost in the fourth quarter, end of the third. And I'm like, here we go. Settled. Look across. 0 payout. Final score. My bet was that they were tied at the end of the first quarter. The Hotlanta Dream 21. The Sparks 20. God,
1 point.
$1,200 payout on a WNBA game, which would have, as I said yesterday, made me the highest paid WNBA employee. Oh, I'm betting WNBA games.
Those lesbians got back at you for all the smack you've been talking for all these years.
One missed free throw. And I know they can't miss them on purpose. They just miss them because they miss them.
That's unlike the ladies. Usually they're pretty good at the free throw line.
What? Have you watched the WNBA? What they're good at is falling down at the free throw line for no reason. There's a whole video montage of women falling down at free throw lines.
I just thought they were a little bit better at shots than
Please, Brady,
than a
stop.
Sweet J.
Than who?
Than
Nobody.
most elementary kids.
Most. Don't get stretchy. Some, or equal to. Anyway, 1 damn point. The WNBA, a perennial letdown in every direction, does it again. I tried, ladies. I tried to put money on your sport to try to make it interesting. Still would never watch a game. It's abhorrent. It's what they do to, it's what Al-Qaeda does to torture people. That's why they scream, like, behead me, because you're watching nothing but terrible WNBA action.
So it was 1 point, and not only going into it, your guess before, 18-18.
Yeah, 18-18 is what I said, 21-20. Pretty reasonable guess. I'm not going to go out and say I'm Nostradamus for that one, because they usually score about 17 to 21 points. Nailed it. 21-20. Damn it all with one missed shot. And one of those lucky...
First time you ever been C-teased by the WNBA.
That's exactly right. I got teased. I got the old pickle tickle from a WNBA gal. Mother...
They tipped her on the line.
$100
got a bet. Clank it.
So I started chasing. I FanDuel chased last night. I'm all right, well, this Redskins-Giants game. I looked at a couple. I'm like, all right. This McLaurin guy for the Redskins got targeted like crazy when Heineke came in last week, and Heineke's starting, so he's going to go after his main receiver here, this Ohio State guy. 1 touchdown per half, paid $1,300. $50 bet. Like, I can do that. Throw 50 on that. 1 touchdown in the first half. I started
looking good.
Started pouring the drinks. Let's get that champagne ready. Dude was just completely a ghost in the second half. So, yes, FanDuel people and gamblers of Arizona, I'm back in. and I'm already down for the weekend. But I still had a good weekend last weekend. I'm just
plenty of weekend left.
Starting to catch up on me a little bit. My good weekend last week is a whole lot less good now. Stupid WNBA. But now my big bet this weekend, of course, is the Raiders will score first in the Steeler-Raider game with a safety. It's a plus 10,000 bet. It's over. It's all over. I'm gonna mortgage the house. I'm leveraging everything. I'm calling.
You still got house money.
I've got my house money. I can leverage that, and then I can go over to Merrill Lynch and take some investments out. I'll be all right.
And then you hit Mo Money Pawn and start pawning everything off.
I got a ton. I got a ton of stuff I can get rid of.
Yeah, you're talking smart.
You got to figure I got 7-8 months worth of gambling money in my house just selling stuff to the pawn shop. They're gonna have to do an addition.
Oh yeah,
because there's people out there really doing that. Yeah, that one was rough because I thought for sure the WNBA would finally pay me back for 25 years of me giving them solid, sound advice every time I talk about them, which is A, filled up the tents. Let's get this thing over. You're all done. There's no reason for you to exist. B, try to exist on your own without the NBA's help. Don't take their money. And there, you know what? He's like, he's finally on board with this. He's putting money on it. That had to be the only bet in the WNBA last night. It'd
be interesting to see.
Alarms had to go off when I hit place bet.
We got one.
And the girls had to be. Maybe that's why they were nervous and they missed that free throw because they knew there was a guy who bet on the game. But again, only the first quarter because nobody wants to see 4 periods of the WNBA.
I'll know mid-season you're really chasing when there's pictures of you holding up your shoes for sale.
Oh, yeah, no. The shoe. Well, I've promised that I'm not going to sell this giant shoe collection I've started. But you know what? If the WNBA keeps kicking my ass, I might have to. I'll sell those Jordan. I'd sell it to the WNBA girls, but I only wear a size 12. All those girls are at least a 17, 18. I've seen them. They're gross. Anyway, what are you going to do? That was my night last night. That was a heck of a football game, though. That was a really good game to watch. And I don't like the NFC East at all. Just their uniforms alone bore me. Quarterbacks that are if you tell me Daniel Jones versus Heineke is the matchup, I'm pretty much going to watch reruns.
Tough sell.
I'm going to watch reruns of Mom. I'm not. I don't care about. Yeah, exactly. I don't. But I started to watch, and I'm like, this is a pretty well played game. These teams are. And it was a good football game all the way down to the end, and the field goal at the end. The suspense with the interception, all that. It was a good game. Did you bet last night, Brady?
You can look.
Settle bets.
I got some stuff rolling on Saturday.
You got college?
Yeah.
Brett, did you?
Gonna go.
No.
You've been pretty controlled.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, well, that's what 13 years of overnights does to you.
That is true. Yeah. It makes you realize the importance of each dollar.
Oh, yes.
20 years of mourning, however, makes you kind of frivolous and go, this is never going to end. They're just going to keep throwing money at me. I'm going to keep gambling it away. Damn it all. Yeah, that is a sign you have a gambling problem. If you place a bet on the WNBA and it's going to pay bills or not pay bills, you're done. You need to find that number at the bottom of each page on FanDuel or whatever app you're using.
Whatever short tip advice you got.
Yeah.
This is a good one right here.
Yeah, the 1-800-HELP-ME. I think that's the keeper. Yeah, if you've got tips on the WNBA, then you also got to get a new batch of friends, and B, you got a problem. But yeah, I'm going to be transparent with you. When there's losses, I'm going to tell you because this isn't all about. All you hear about is wins. All you're hearing is everybody going, I got a free jersey, I got a $200 free cash, and that's the bait. That's what drug dealers do.
1-800-NEXT-STEP.
That's right. That's the number we read at the end of the 1-800-NEXT-STEP. I wonder what they'd say. We should call that and just go, hey, I don't think I got a problem yet, but tell me if I do. I bet the WNBA last night. The guy's like, oh, my God, what's your address? I'm coming over. You're minutes away from everything, man.
We should do that.
That's
actually a great idea.
See what they say. Hey, I bet that Candace Parker would have a triple-double. Oh, my sweet Jesus, the authorities are on the way.
Who's that?
Yeah, first off, like, who's that? I think when you say, I bet Candace, the guy already is like, I don't know who that is, but he's betting on lady sports. It's time to go. Can you bet on girls softball?
I don't know. I didn't see it in the category, but
yeah,
I'll look.
Probably.
Seems like you bet on everything else.
College softball, which is the only sport worse than the WNBA because the incessant screaming from the dugout. That
some quality chants coming out of there.
Chanting and just gaggles of chicks just high-pitched screaming at everything. It's awful, unwatchable nonsense. and on some field built for 12-year-old boys. Like, they're like 4 feet apart. The first baseman, you could touch him with a bat.
Luckily, they're all wearing those catcher masks out there in the field
they
now because they're hideous.
Yeah.
They're all too close. And that, I thought for safety, but he's also, Brett makes the point of
safety
they're
too.
also
That's right.
hideous. That's right. I didn't think you were going down that road. They make a mask up for that. Ladies, we're going to make you wear these now. Oh, yeah, for our safety? Yeah.
Single bar?
That's right. That's right. It's for your safety. That's what we care about is your safety. That's why we allow you to eat everything you want. Look at the size of this one. Yeah, we care about her health and safety.
Melissa, that single bar is not going to work. We need a full mask.
What are you, Joe Theismann, Melissa? Let's put an opaque Darth Vader mask on you. It's another promotion at the old ballpark. You ladies have to dress up like stormtroopers again, at least from the neck up.
That's what they could do, those reflective
They're hideous.
filter screens. You know, that has a beautiful face on it.
Oh, there you
Like the
go.
glass
We filter them like
yeah.
all their Instagrams. They care about our health and safety. And then why are you 400 pounds? Oh, I don't. I think it's because they told me I'm Samoan. You're not Samoan. You're from Kansas.
Sit down, Engelberg.
Yeah. Why your shirt doesn't button up all the way? That doesn't seem fair.
Clean up. Grab a bat.
Don't tell me to clean up, Coach. I'm a woman of the modern age. Oh, God. Anyway, but number 4 hitter. By the way, have you seen, this has gone nuts, too, speaking of equality and nonsense. If ever there was a school in this state that needed a gender-neutral bathroom, it isn't in Wickenburg. Have you seen what's going on in Wickenburg? They're having, everybody's threatening to kill each other in Wickenburg in these council meetings because the high school has a gender-neutral bathroom now. And they're like, we want our gender-neutral students. I mean, how many of those are in Wickenburg? How big of how big of a thing is this gender identity crisis?
And that's why people's in their mind.
Well, if it's in Wickenburg, then the schools here have to have 30 in every one. Like Arcadia has to, Gilbert, as coddled as those kids are and never ever told no, have to be.
You're talking about my high school in Arlington. They just rebuilt it.
They got gender-neutral bathrooms, too?
Yeah, and the town just
I think the one in Wickenburg is just gender-neutral. I don't even think they have boys and girls.
As I understand it,
But I don't even
that's what
understand
they
that.
have in the high school, too. They're all
Just
gender.
Everybody can use anything.
Yeah.
Isn't that?
And the way they set it up is so, you
I
can't.
don't want that. I don't want to hear the hot girl pooping.
And you're
What
talking.
if you went in there and Christy Green was taking a deuce? We would have wrecked her reputation all through school.
You still would have suffered through that one.
I would have smelled it. I'd have helped wipe. Oh, God, that's true. All right, I'm all for the gender-neutral bathroom. But isn't it on the gender-neutral people to just adapt a little bit, too? Well, why does everybody else have to? There's got to be more people kind of against it in Wickenburg than there are actually people confused about their gender. So, look, I understand that it exists, but you have to also take a step back and say, I don't get everything I want. And these hillbillies up here in Wickenburg, there's many of them, and they don't like this. So instead of pissing them off and causing more trouble, I'll just use a bathroom. Is it all woke crazy to say that this person can't pick a bathroom, so you got to choose it? No, the loonies in Wickenburg. I've been to Wickenburg. Everybody's got suspenders, and they're big people, and they're probably gun-toting. And you're sitting there like, this is the Old West. This is not the place to test the gender-neutral thing at all. This isn't. You're just going to piss people off. And they will go, oh, we got to wake them up. And it's like, okay, fine. Do you want to wake them up by making them angry? Because I think that's the worst thing you can. Don't poke the bear. Maybe they're wrong socially. Maybe they shouldn't have this opinion, but they do. So admit reality and just pick a goddamn bathroom and make it easy on yourself and everyone else.
How would you like to be that one person or two that they're doing it because of you? That you
right,
and
everybody's going to know. That's a good point. Everyone's going to know the kid who's gender confused in Wickenburg. Yeah. There's like 2, and if it's the kid who's and again, Wickenburg's a time machine. You go back there, and if you're a kid in a pink shirt, you're getting the 1980s treatment. They're not afraid of the homo F word up there. You're going to know.
It's like Hazard County up there.
Yeah, I mean, they got some nice retirement areas, and that's where the old people are. But anybody going to school in Wickenburg, you're in the late 80s. Tops. I've been to the McDonald's. I watched a fight at the McDonald's. I drove to Vegas once and got out and watched a guy fight at McDonald's. I don't even know what it was, but some townie, he kept saying, was there because people from Phoenix stop at that McDonald's in Wickenburg all the time and pee and do whatever. You townie, blah, blah. And I heard townie, and I'm like, townie? What are we, heading off to California after this?
City folk.
You townie with your internets and your newfangled hand computers. I'm like, Jesus Christ, where is this from? So let's, by all means, poke that bear a little bit and start gender-neutral bathrooms there. Great idea. Why don't we just have a strip club in a mosque? Those people will be totally understanding of it. It's a genius plan. This woman is showing her ankles and her breasts. I have to behead someone. You guys just have to wake up to the way it works. How come religion never has to wake up? How come they never have to be the ones that, like, you have to dress like, it's 3,000 below zero, and that's not it. It's like, I don't want to wear that. Oh, you have to. It's free. Now you have to just pick a bathroom. Wickenburg, kid in Wickenburg who can't decide whether his dick should be a dick or not. Just pick a bathroom. Make this easy. Don't make the news have to travel all the way to Wickenburg and have people say, I'll shoot up the school. This is how it starts. Sholo, I'm looking at you too. Don't. And Sholo's got a huge thing with, like, they got a couple gay bars in Sholo that were epically. I went into one accidentally.
Really?
Oh, me and Chuck Powell went into a place and it was wildly homosexual. Very friendly to the gays. And we were
Dance floor was rocking,
we had
right?
no idea. Oh, they had a black guy dressed like he was straight out of Song of the South. Some lesbian was dancing with him, and they're going to town. He was in his late 70s, overalls, hat. I might as well have hay sticking out of his mouth. And then a big Indian started to dance with the black guy. And I'm like, well, that's weird.
This sounds like the Village People, for God's sakes.
Yeah. And then construction guys came in, a couple lesbians, and the lesbians started making out. And Chuck went to take a picture of this Village People thing, and some lady grabbed, don't you dare take photos of this. Like, oh, why? Is it like a Native American thing? No, we don't want people knowing. Like, oh, that this is like a super gay bar sometimes, huh? And now here I am with the very dapper Chuck Powell. Hey, we should get out of here before people think we're going to puff Peters. Like, you're probably right, Chuck. Get your hand up and let's get out of here. But yeah, so Sholo, Payson, Wickenburg, Prescott, maybe a little bit okay, barely. Flagstaff is the place you check the gender-neutral place. Tempe.
Oh, absolutely.
Over at the college. Those are the places you do the gender-neutral thing, and you ease it in. But again,
most college towns.
If we're asking everybody to adapt, can't we turn the tables a little and say, look, I understand you got a little mental thing going on here. You're trying to figure out what you are. Pick a goddamn bathroom. This isn't a fight worth fighting that we have to change all the bathrooms just because you're confused. Stop it. Pick a bathroom. The fight is bigger than the bathroom. Stop it. And it just seems to be antagonizing people named Billy Bob and Jethro. I don't know why you'd want to. The picture of the guy in the thing, full beard. He looked like a Disney Pixar character from the woods. And he sat there and he's like, I'd take my kid out of school because his threats are shooting it up. I don't want him to have to go in and start shooting back. I'm like, all right, it's a shooting gallery now because somebody can't where to pee.
It's just it's always going to be a tough thing to do.
No,
because
it's not.
Well, I'm just saying it reverses things around. Usually you're taught that the majority is doing this. Sometimes you don't like it. Or I
don't even care about the majority.
You have to adjust.
Pick your battles.
Adapt.
Pick your battles.
Yeah.
If half your place is armed and from 1980, you don't start spewing out how much, you know what, I want the bathrooms to change because I can't really decide if I'm a man or a woman. You're just telling people who aren't adaptable something they hate hearing.
Yeah.
And there are people who aren't adaptable. We can't change everybody just because you want everyone to be woke. It's not going to happen. Pick your fight. Wickenburg's not the place to do this. Can I be the one voice of reason in the world that says we're not going to wake everybody, so don't try to wake the hillbillies. Let's wake the hillbillies some other time. And the people who don't want to change don't have to. You don't have to force that. You're just going to make them even madder, and then they're going to get quiet. You want them to be loud. Maybe it's a way to get them to come out of the woodwork and start screaming. All right, that group of people over there will start shooting if we do gender neutral. It's a good move. But gender neutral bathrooms in Wickenburg's a bad idea. It's a terrible. It's like having a blacks only bathroom in I guess like would be in like Gilbert. You're just gonna there's gonna be a bunch of people who are for it, but the people who are gonna be angry aren't worth angering. There's just it's telling it's saying the N-word to Mike Tyson. You're gonna get hit for that. You just don't.
Who's gonna use that out in Gilbert?
Yeah, no, that's why. I mean, Gilbert doesn't have that problem. But if if a kid started, even Gilbert, if they started in with I think Gilbert's a little bit better than that. But they're not going to go gender neutral bathrooms at Gilbert Christian. They're not going to dare do that because they know it's going to be a stir. And there's kids in that school that are confused. I'm sure of it.
We got a note from the superintendent of the school yesterday talking about that bathroom challenge. Would you please talk to your kids on the? Well, it's not happening there, but they said there's a trend that's going around. Just in case, will you talk to your kids about it? And so I mentioned to Kirby. He's like, "What?" Well, she doesn't do TikTok, and she goes, "Well, I don't even use the bathrooms."
What?
She goes, "I don't use the bathrooms at school.
You go outside?
I wait
all day. No peeing."
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah.
That's strong. That's stronger than what I do.
Yeah.
I don't poop outside of my house. Kirby is a no pee.
Yeah.
She only pees at home?
I guess so. That's what
you just found that out? You got to tell her that she got to be able to leak it out. That's no good. She's clamped up all day long.
She did really well growing up in the kennel. I mean,
That's
it
true.
was when I got home after work.
Right. 8 hours is not that unreasonable when it's a puppy. Keep it locked up or you're in trouble. That's a good job, Brady. That's good. You should write a book about how you did that. She doesn't use the bathrooms at all.
That's what she said.
No kidding. So she wouldn't. So that could be lying. She might be the main one stealing from the bathrooms in the TikTok challenge.
Yeah.
She's just like, but
Dad, I'm pretty sure it's
bathrooms. I've never even been in one. That's reasonable. All right.
The only thing she said they did last year was that some of the girls were taking the toilet paper, putting it under the faucet, and then throwing it on the ceiling.
Oh, yeah, everybody's done
we all done that.
Yeah.
Weird wad of toilet paper and hope that it falls on somebody you don't like. Blech. Well, that's strange. Kirby doesn't use the bathroom. I kind of like that and hate it at the same time. What about the tomato pans? Where does she go when that goes?
We'll have to find out.
He's been told not to reveal that it's happened or not.
Yeah,
for a while there was real.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Now he doesn't talk about it at all. It must have happened, and it must have been like the Bellagio in your house, a tomato soup Bellagio, because something scarred Brady to make it so he doesn't bring that up anymore. I don't blame you, but if she's not using the bathroom, tomato pants are stronger than I've ever imagined. She's got to clean that up. Anyway, gender-neutral bathrooms. Don't get me started. If they did that here at work, wouldn't it be like, I mean, who would we say? All right, KDKB, enough. Just pick a bathroom.
Just give them their own bathroom if that's the case. I mean, that's all you have to do.
Just, you know what? I'm fine with that. And this is great advertising. I think I'll speak for Tripp and the rest of Hubbard Broadcasting. I'm like, we don't want to call them gender-neutral bathrooms. We call them alt lives, 93.3 bathrooms. That's what I think. Yeah, just name them after. We'll sponsor your gender-neutral bathrooms. There can't be that many. And aren't you, like when you go to use the gender-neutral bathroom in Wickenburg, aren't you announcing to the hillbillies that you're the problem? Like, I wouldn't use it. I wouldn't use it.
You're looking at, I hate to, looking at being a target.
Yes. Yeah, well, that's what if they're threatening to shoot a
target for harassment.
Will someone with logic step up and go, guys, don't pick this fight with Wickenburgians. This isn't the one, because if we build this gender-neutral bathroom, but I guess what it is they've just eliminated bathrers. Now they're all gender-neutral.
Because what they're worried about is
break them down.
A confrontation in the bathroom. If they weren't gender-neutral, that the person comes in and a fight will ensue. The
problem is it's girls and boys.
Yeah.
So whether there's a problem with somebody who's having an identity issue, they've just opened up the bathrooms as a free-for-all. So it's now making them nervous that some kid's going to see their daughter in a compromising spot. Pants are down. Wieners are out. Control is an issue. And if everybody's allowed in there at the same time, now teen pregnancy is going to go through the moon. I know if I had a chance to meet the girl I was humping in high school, I'm like, okay, 12 o'clock bathroom. And we're all allowed in the same bathroom. There's no fear of anybody going, hey, what are you going in there for?
Yeah.
It's
got to be all stalls, right?
I would assume so, which makes it even easier to hump the girl that you're, I know for a fact Linkus would have nailed like every girl in there if they were all allowed in the same room and nobody questioned when Todd went in there with a chick. And we used to have to sneak into the bathrooms to do stuff. I, however, was never one of those kids. How about a sad loner masturbating bathroom, which is what I would have needed in high school? I think that was called the boys' room for me. I never did that at school. I thought about it a couple of times. But yeah, I don't want to go in there and see Stacy North dropping a huge deuce or just hear, hey, I just saw Stacy go in the bathroom. Kids are cruel. One girl never ever forgot how when our senior year, she's like, you couldn't pick me up if you tried. pick her up, and she goes, "Pfft," and forever she was like scarred as the girl who farts. All she did was fart once because somebody tried to pick her up. And then she was on some list of to most likely have a penis. She was like number one. She's crying, going to counseling and all that. High school kids are evil. Wickenburg, you're not the test run for this. Let's see how pride parades work here in Wickenburg. Let's throw one of the... Yeah, that's going to end it's going to be a turkey shoot, you idiots. Don't parade gays through hillbilly towns for another 15 years. Can I just be the one who knows what's happening? I don't think we're ready for that. Keep it in the progressive places. Let the hillbillies yell from a distance. It's the reason they moved out of the city. That's city living. That can't come floating over here. God damn it. They're freaks and gays and homeless. And then you bring it to them, they're going to flip out.
Most of them don't care, but when you start changing their bathrooms in places like that.
Right. I don't want to be in a bathroom with a woman next to me dropping a tooter. That's just not where I want to live. Let alone some twink. Well, and you don't want to try to explain to Wickenburgian that the twinks are in your bathroom already. That's the problem. Like, if you're afraid of the gay part, you should give them their own bathroom. I don't need some twink in there staring at my sweet honey hole, thinking he's got fair game while I'm neutralized. I'm susceptible to anal sex while I pee. Because I, of course, have to pull my pants all the way down. My overalls are not a zipper friendly. Yeah, stop wearing overalls.
They plowed down a bag of Totinos last night, and I got to sit through that.
I got to listen to that beautiful Christy Greenway drop out her Totinos. I don't want that. Now I know the rest of the day I see her, she got the mud butt. Yeah, everybody's got a valid point here, but the people who are angry about it need to stay. It's building a mosque in Kingman. Remember when, and this is where the brilliance of Borat and Sacha Baron Cohen was. Let's go to a city that will hate this and tell them something that we're going to do. And they said a huge mosque in the middle of Kingman, and people lost their minds at the meeting, and it was fake. And you just don't do that. Fish out of water wants to stay in his own pond. He wants to be home. He doesn't want this newfangled stuff. That's why they live in those cities. Sholo, I swear to God, don't. The big Sholo pride parades go, okay, well, get the body bags. Because I don't want it to be true. I just know it is. Being a realist is hard in America right now. Because I look at things like, wow, logic, gone. As a realist, I know exactly how... I've seen this movie. This is not going to end well. I mean, that city might as well be in black and white. It's so backwards. Just one kid that wants to change baths. Just pick a bathroom, gender-neutral people. Pick a bathroom, shut up, and talk to your therapist about it. That's basically what it is. And your therapist in Wickenburg might shoot you. I've been having thoughts that I might not be a man. What in the is wrong with you? Hey, Freud says you're a homo. I'm paying for this. So just stop. Stop picking each other's fights. Tribal weirdos, don't you know? It goes back to my theory, Brady. We're this close to everybody just being in a fist fight at the same time. We're all just kind of we're gathering.
Malice in the palace.
The malice in the palace about to happen in every major city. We're so close to just everybody fighting. It's coming. This mask mandate thing. Now Jim Brewer's on Tucker Carlson losing his mind, and Tucker Carlson's now Fox News is in big trouble because they're screaming about Biden's mandate. You can't make businesses do this.
States are suing.
Your freedom's gone. And what is Fox News memo this week? Required to have a vaccine or a test will be done on you every 3 days. Exactly what they are railing against as a government thing their business is doing. It's draconian. Can you believe this? It's Marxism. We can't have this. Business can do whatever they choose to do, and it can't be mandated by anybody to put a drug in you.
Privately owned.
I should not have a boss tell me to put a drug in my body or I can't have a job. And that's exactly what Fox is doing while they scream it out to everybody else in Wickenburg. And I don't care. I agree with the fact that nobody should tell you you put a drug in your body. But we're that close to everybody fighting. That close. The Fox News fist fights. They're coming.
It's similar to like the freedom of speech thing. People get that on Facebook and they'll say, no, it's a privately owned company,
right.
so they
Facebook can block you.
Yeah.
But, and again, freedom of speech comes with repercussions. You can't say anything you want to say. You can't threaten people. You can't say fire in a crowded. And you can say something really stupid and get in trouble for it. It doesn't mean you're still free to say it.
Right.
But people are free
not
to
on.
react.
Facebook will take it off, or
Sure. Yeah, it's a business.
All the above.
You can't write on McDonald's windows whatever you want and call it freedom of speech. You're free to do it, and they're free to react to it. That's even deal with Facebook. There's no rhyme or reason to that thing being a place to express your views. If your views don't jibe with everybody else, you're going to get yelled at, and it's not worth it. Here's my opinion. Oh, God, world hates me. What did I just do? Should have kept it to yourself is what you did. Shh. It's okay. Get a job on radio where you're allowed to do that kind of garbage. I love Wickenburg, too. That's one of the best McDonald's. The best McDonald's in the state is in Kingman.
What?
Oh, my God. Something about that place. You ever come back from Vegas and stop
made to
at Kingman?
order?
I don't know. They got truckers. It's a big truck driver stop. And, like, the parking lot is massive. The best French fries I have ever had in my life, multiple times, Kingman McDonald's.
I'm going there today.
Do it,
be laced with meth or something up there.
Maybe. I don't know. I'll drive with you. It's that good. Kingman McDonald's is like a have to stop there. The best burger on any road trip adjacent to is the Carl's Jr. on Lovekin Boulevard in Blythe, California. That's on par with like the Attic and some of the, and Houston's Hillstones burger. The bacon Western double cheeseburger. I swear to God, if I'm driving to L.A. ever again, or Palm Springs or wherever it is I'm going.
It used to be in and out for folks on the way. So now.
That place. It's always been Carl's Jr. I used to drive that early 2000 and 1999, 2000. I would drive back and forth to L.A. all the time. I'd stop at that Carl's Jr. going and coming back. If you're in and out. It's terrible compared to this. This is a gourmet meal. And you'd hear
welcome to the Blythe Carl's Jr. Can I help you?
Yeah, you know what I want there. Give me the cracky burger.
Best and bacon double cheeseburger on the way, sir.
Thanks, Droopy Dog. And I'd come around the corner. That thing would be piping hot and ready to go.
Here you go.
I would drive to a park just off the I-10. Methy, I'm sure. Didn't even care if it was a crime-riddled nightmare. And just devour that thing. Oh, it's the best. The best. Some fast food places, just for whatever reason, on road trips Yuma's got a good McDonald's, too. They seem to get it right. I know these things.
All these podunk towns got the McDonald's right.
Yeah. And you know why? Because they got people who actually work there as a career. And it means something to them. I don't know what it is, but the people in...
it's made with love.
The Blythe people, that's a good job. Like, you work at Carl's Jr., you're a shift manager at the Carl's Jr., the quality is going to be good because you care.
Tough training.
Yeah. You care. And most of them are, like residents of the United States, which is a rarity in most of those small towns when you get there. But it was weird. Yeah, so I'll throw that out. The Kingman McDonald's French fries are the best I've ever had. Let's get a wake-up song, shall we? 585-9800, a good one. Pick a bathroom, goddammit. It's 98 KUPD. Wake up!
Hey, it's not weird. It's pretty cool, actually. No membership fee.
I have heard enough of this.
You've been listening to Holmberg's Morning Sickness Podcast, brought to you by our friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Eric'sFamilyBBQ.com.